I always dance when I hear the music. Back in the kitchen, of course, with our own Mommy MacGyvers, Melissa and Jennifer. Thanks so much for being with us for the whole hour.
Thank you.
We're super excited. Well, it couldn't be a better time either. And now we're going, we saw those amazing calendars that we were talking about. Now we're going into a whole new realm. What is this that we're doing in here? It looks like fun.
Well, we talked about earlier how if we're going to take the time to do some crafts, let's make it worth our while.
Exactly.
And so this is homemade wrapping paper. And like get it done for the whole year. That way, you know, before the birthday party, and it's like, oh, we're 5 minutes late already, and we got to wrap the gift. And all that.
Right.
You know, it's crazy. And then also a lot of this too is just time and just money.
No
because
kidding.
oh my goodness, a thing of wrapping paper is like $4.
Yeah, $4.99.
It's like $4.99.
And that wraps about 2 gifts.
Yeah. So by the time I buy all that and the gifts, I'm out $30. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Right.
And so at least with this, I mean, who doesn't love homemade stuff? It's adorable and it's so inexpensive.
How much is something like this?
Okay, this freezer
and the
paper.
other thing, the important point is, what do you do after you unwrap a gift at a party? You throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and so, why are we spending $4 or $5 per birthday party gift for that? So this is freezer wrap paper.
That's all it is, freezer wrap, okay.
And you buy it where you buy foil or saran wrap or Ziploc baggies.
Okay.
This was at Walmart for $5.76.
Easy.
For a whole row.
then
Wrap about 30 presents.
Okay, so now we want to make it look good, of course, so what's the first step?
That's right. So the first step is you just get regular old washable tempera paint, right?
Easy. Okay.
And I think you can get all this at Costco for like $12. It lasts for
Okay.
It's great. And then just use your imagination. Something great is you can get just cheap grape sponges and you can cut out shapes with the sponges, just like this. And I'm going to give you one, Nikki, here.
So basically, you can make stars, you can make hearts, whatever you want.
Polka dots
just
were
dip
cute.
it in the
I'm going to make the heart red if I can.
And then just kind of brush up on the side just a little bit, so kind of
just do a little press.
Just a little press. I want to make sure I get it all. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And then just press it down.
Push it in there. Yep.
There you go.
Now,
and you can do it over and over and over with
have
one
boys, and they're a little bit different. Like, they didn't get into the sponge thing and cutting out shapes. And so we just did their handprints over here.
Great.
And, oh my goodness, it was like, make it pretty, make it pretty. And they're all like, yeah, this hard, that hard. And I'm like, make it pretty. And, oh my goodness, we're going to do a whole segment on just boys.
Yes,
because
it's a whole other story with the
But you know what's great is that you give this paper at the beginning of the year, right? By the time you get to next year this time, I bet you their hands won't match up. They'll be bigger.
Yes,
and
that's true.
For grandparents and family members, they love seeing their hands and there's something that they made too. So it makes the gift look extra special.
Totally.
So once you're done, you let it dry completely, lay it out on the floor really flat, and then you just roll it up on the roll, and you have this nice, compact, neat setup for your gift wrap for your whole year long. And again, it's about almost $6 to make about 30 gifts worth of wrapping paper.
Fantastic
idea.
I love that.
The next idea, when we did our calendars, remember we wrote in those birthdays?
Yes, yes.
So we go through and you kind of figure out how many birthday cards you need and for whom. And so you can make them specific to each individual family member or friend, or you can just make generic ones that you can just pull out randomly whenever you want.
Love that.
Basically, these are little sets of cards that are available at Michael's.
Okay.
This is $5 to buy this.
And it's
it comes with 25 cards.
That's great.
Then you buy
and normally it's about $5 now for one card.
Exactly. These, when we figured it out, ended up being about 25 cents per card.
That's not bad at all.
And again, a lot of times when people get a birthday card at a birthday party for little kiddos in the class, they throw them in the trash can anyway. So
yes, and then you feel guilty. Like, I don't want to keep the card. I want to throw it away.
Right.
So you're not spending $4 or $5 on a card. Next, you buy some random cardstock, and these just come in little bundles, again, at Michael's, or you can even use construction paper. You can get it at the grocery store.
Sure, it's easy.
So you use a little piece of construction paper.
Okay.
And these are little thumbprints, and I just have to figure out how to open that. And all you do, you can make anything you want, but you make to make balloons, you just use your fingertip and just dip it in, and you can do some too.
Oh, that's it?
Uh-huh. And you just make little shapes on there. And then when you're done with that, you let that dry, and then you draw in whatever details you want.
Okay.
These are little balloons. And we did these with our kiddos, and the kids are really creative.
You guys see that? So it's basically just cute little, it looks so fancy. And you know what they sell these cards for these days is so crazy, like I said. And the truth is, no matter adult or kid, when you read the card, don't you always go to the personal part with the person said and wrote on their own?
Right.
Yes,
well, and the kids were really cute about how they did this. Like, this is Hannah's, and she made an alligator just with her little fingerprints, and she said, take a big bite on your birthday. And she drew a big giant crocodile taken a big bite out of the birthday cake. And that's going to be special if you send it to a grandparent or an auntie or an uncle. Basically, once you stamp the card like this, the next thing you're going to do is mount it onto another piece of cardstock, and this just gives your card a little bit of dimension and makes it look a little bit more, kind of more professional.
Sure.
So you're just going to apply these on the back.
And what are these? What are these
Those are little
called?
foam squares,
Just little
and
foam
you
squares,
can buy
okay.
those
They're in
anywhere.
the
Yeah,
scrapbook
all the scrapbook
section.
sections,
And
and
then
just
cheap.
lift
People
it
that are
off the page
scrappers.
just a little bit, and
Okay.
it does. It kind of gives it like a little professional finish,
does.
and
It's not sticky.
pulled it up from the paper.
Oh, it gives it like a little 3D.
Yeah,
And
so
the
they're
great
lifted
thing
up.
too with this is it does it like even with my boys, like the 3-year-old had fun with it, and it just doesn't matter because they just can go nuts with it, you know.
Right.
Oh yeah, and then you can write whatever you want. You have all the space inside
Yes.
to write your own little thing.
Right.
You don't have to worry about all
Right.
the writing that's already there.
Isn't that
Right.
sweet?
And it's a very personal message. He said, this is Duncan's. He said, "You are my sunshine. Love, Duncan and Alistair."
Oh,
And,
sweet.
and again, you know, the kids, everybody can put their own little personality on it, their own little
Absolutely.
spin on it. Every card my Carter makes says, "I love Mom." So that's his thing this year. Everything is "I love Mommy."
That's great.
So I'm keeping all those.
I love it.
And
the-
this-
again,
go
at the end of this project, you have a year worth of gift wrap,
Right.
a year worth of cards. We timed it just because I'm kind of anal about that kind of stuff. How long does this really take?
okay.
Less than 20 minutes to do the whole entire thing of gift wrap, and about an hour that we sat and really had fun making the cards
Okay.
from start to finish.
And you-
My timing's a little different.
Okay.
With the boys, like we literally did like 2 cards, break. 2 cards, break.
Snack.
Like, yeah, it's like I realized, like, okay, if I plan, like, we have the whole week to do stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll do a couple a day, you know, and then we'll get it all done. But I just had to realize that because at first I was frustrated and I was like, just sit down and do the card. And it's just, like, and they were like, no, Legos.
Well,
and
that's
I'm like,
the reality.
"Okay."
All kids react different.
Right.
All you know,
Right.
boys, girls, and different ages in general
Right.
are always going to have a little different reaction. But
Right.
to give them the variety and the choices of how to do things,
Right.
and kind of going back to what you said at the beginning of the show, it gives them purpose.
Right.
And it's something not only that you're saving money on and,
Right.
and time on, but you're also creating a memory at the same
Right.
time.
And they're proud to give this. You know, when they write in this card and send it to somebody, it has meaning. It wasn't
Exactly.
a $4 or $5 card
Yes,
from Walmart.
that we
that's
just
not-
pick out because I'm
Right.
rushed.
Exactly.
And it does. It gets them to think about other people instead of just themselves and do some thank you cards for the presents they got for Christmas or their birthday or something like that, you know?
So again, you want to get that 1 year long wrapping paper done. All you need to do is get that freezer paper. That's all you need to do. Get those finger paints, right? And then you get your cardboard cutouts. You get your little
The stamp
thumb
pad.
stamps. Yeah, and then you get just the paper, and you're ready to go. It's a lot of fun. There's so many more ideas to come. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to go away. Thank you, mommies. Yay! We'll be right back. Don't go away.